let's talk attachment. We use two different types of attachment techniques in our programs. The first one is the scratch and attach, making the velcro. I think most of you are familiar with that. And the second one is using the toothbrush, and you're basically making clay glue on the piece. You're not really trying to put big grooves and get that velcro look. So let's walk through them both. The first one, scratch and attach. Come in your piece with your fork, make your hashtags, make that velcro. Say we just want to do the edge of this one. Here, make that velcro. Very, very important, you do have to add water to this. It's not gonna stick that well if you don't put the water in. Make sure you tap that water in gently. You don't want to smear it in there. You don't want to disturb and smooth down that texture that you just made. So then when you go to attach them, actually you can see that water kind of goosh out along with some air bubbles. And that's how you know that you're getting it correct. And then, for example, in the heart hand, we're attaching their two hands together. This is what you would do. Obviously, I would have not done that part. And then you just take your finger or your popsicle stick and just smooth those edges down on both sides and create that attachment. Okay, so that's just scratch and attach. That's not going anywhere. I like to also use this anytime you have this surface area and bigger pieces. This works really, really well. For example, on our clay dragons, I would use the scratch and attach for all of it, for the wings, for the neck, for the tail, everything. We have a big enough coil here, we can scratch and attach and then smooth out those edges. You even have enough room here on the tail to do the same thing. It's a big enough coil. Okay. The other method is basically making slip. Slip is clay glue, for lack of a better word. And that is just roughing up the texture just a little bit. You're not trying to put those big grooves in like we do with a fork. You're just roughing up that texture, adding the water with your toothbrush. So you come in here, gently brush your teeth. You're not like scrubbing out the dinner. You are just gently rubbing until you kind of get that mud, that slippery mud. That's what it's called, slippery mud. And then on your coil piece, so you don't have enough surface area on this to really effectively scratch. If you took your fork, that's just bulky and would potentially ruin the coil. So again, you just gently, it's easier to do it if it's on the table here. Gently rub, add just a little bit of texture. And you just flip it upside down and it just presses right in. You don't want to create a puddle. You don't want a lot of water. And then all of a sudden you'll notice it's just not slipping around anymore. Like I can still kind of move it a little bit. But these I did about 5 minutes ago and they are very attached. If I had to get it off, if I made a mistake, I can easily kind of like still twist it off. But it's creating, I can feel the suction, I can feel the resistance. And likewise, you can just kind of put it back on there because it's still wet.